I am your pastor, Mikey. This is my guest pastor, Audrey. She will be reading one chapter from the Bible, Genesis 11, NRSV version. And after she is finished, I shall continue, and we shall read up till Genesis 20. So, Audrey, take it away. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah. Arpachshad. Arpachshad. Sheila.
Mm, me? Me. Uh-uh. Huh? No, I haven't. I haven't. Huh? This one was. This wasn't. This is a different one.
Oh.
Okay. Give it up for Audrey. Thank you, Audrey. You may go take a seat now.
Clap, 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 clap.
It appears we have lost
Clap,
Brother
clap,
Jaden,
clap.
but he must have other reasons to leave, and we shall accept that. Alright. Everyone ready for the continuation?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Huh?
Would you guys like to study what we just read?
No.
We shall later.
No.
Jesus Christ, my nigga.
Well. I'm sorry, sir. Do you think this is a
Daddy,
joke?
Dad,
Was that very appropriate? You see anybody else laughing?
I'm sorry, Abel,
Yes.
but I might have to kick you from Bible studies.
Oh no.
That wasn't very nice.
Unless you can control yourself.
Confess my sins.
you need this. You need this. You need
Already
another
got
one.
it.
You need another one.
Alright. Now, if that is in order, we shall continue. The call of Abram. Now the Lord said to Abram, Go for your country and your kindred and your father's house to the land that I will show you. I will make of you a great nation, and I will bless you and make your name great, so that you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and the ones who curse you I will curse. And in you all the families of the earth shall be blessed. So Abram went as the Lord had told him, and Lot went with him. Abram was 75 years old when he departed from Haran. Abram took his wife Sarah and his brother's son Lot, and all the possessions that they had gathered, and the persons that whom they had acquired in Haran, and they set forth to go to the land of Canaan. When they had come to the land of Canaan, Abram passed through the land to the place at Shechem, to the oak of Moreh. At the time the Canaanites were in the land. Then the Lord appeared to Abram and said, To your offspring I will give this land. So he built there an altar to the Lord who had appeared to him. From there he moved on to the hill country on the east of Bethel, and pitched his tent, with Bethel on the west and Ai on the east. There he built an altar to the Lord, and invoked the name of the Lord. And Abram journeyed on by stages towards the Negeb. Abram and Sarah in Egypt. Now there was a famine in the land, so Abram went down to Egypt to reside there as an alien, for the famine was severe in the land. When he was about to enter Egypt, he said to his wife Sarah, I know well that you are a woman beautiful in appearance, and when the Egyptians see you, they will say this is his wife. Then they will kill me, but they will let you live. Say you are my sister, so that it may go well with me because of you, and that my life may be spared on your account. When Abram entered Egypt, the Egyptians saw that the woman was very beautiful. When the officials of Pharaoh saw her, they praised her to Pharaoh. And the woman was taken into Pharaoh's house, and for her sake he dealt well with Abram. And he had sheep, oxen, male donkeys, male and female slaves, female donkeys, and camels. But the Lord afflicted Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarah, Abram's wife. So Pharaoh called Abram and said, What is it you have done to me? Why did you not tell me that she was your wife? Why did you say she is my sister, so that I took her for my wife? Now, then, here is your wife. Take her and be gone. And Pharaoh gave his men orders concerning him, and they set him on the way with his wife, all that he had. Excuse me for a bit. I'm just checking something.
I need to go too. Hold up. I'm gonna pee all these books right now.
No. Okay.
Okay. Wait, where's the concession room?
Concession room. Okay. We shall continue now.
Confession. Confession.
So Abram and Lot separate. Alright. So Abram went up from Egypt, he and his wife, and all that he had, and Lot with him, into the Negeb. Now Abram was very rich in livestock, in silver and in gold. He journeyed on by stages from the Negeb as far as Bethel, to the place where his tent had been at the beginning. Audrey, I'd appreciate it if you would go take a seat, please. Why are you... Oh,
You could fix it after service.
there. To the place where he had made an altar at the first, and there Abram called on the name of the Lord. Now Lot, who went with Abram, also had flocks and herds and tents, so that the land could not support both of them living together, for the possessions were not so great, or were so great that they could not live together, and there was strives between the herders of Abram's livestock and the herders of Lot's livestock. At the time, the Canaanites and the Perizzites lived in the land. Then Abram said to Lot, let there be no strife between you and me, and between your herders and my herders, for we are kindred. It is not the whole land before you. Separate yourself from hand. If you take the left hand, then I will go to the right, or if you go to take the right hand, then I will go to the left. Lot looked about him, and saw that the plain of the Jordan was well watered, everywhere like the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt, in the direction of Zoar. This was before the Lord had destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. So Lot chose for himself all the plain of the Jordan, and Lot journeyed eastward. Thus they separated from each other. Abram settled in the land of Canaan, while Lot settled amongst the cities of the plain, and moved his tent as far as Sodom. Now that people of Sodom were wicked, great sinners against the Lord. The Lord said to Abram after Lot had separated from him, raise your eyes now, and look from the place where you are northward, and southward, and eastward, and westward. For all the land that you see I will give to you and to your offspring forever. I will make your offspring like the dust of the earth, so that if one can count the dust on the earth, your offspring can also be counted. Rise up, walk through the length and the breadth of the land, for I will give it to you. So Abram moved his tent and came and settled by the oaks of Mamre, which are at Hebron, and there he built an altar to the Lord. Brother Alex, would you like to come down and read a chapter yourself?
Sure.
Okay. Welcome
Chapter
to
14.
the altar, Alex.
Lot's captivity and rescue. In the days of King Amraphel of Shinar, King Arioch of Elasar, King Chedorlaomer of Elam, and King Tidal of Goim, these kings made war. Ezra. Oh, yeah, hold on. I'm a little short. I'm sorry about that. Alright.
Of course.
Now, these kings made war with King Bera of Sodom, King Bersha of Gomorrah, King Shinab of Admah, King Shemeber of Zebulun, and the king. That's how you pronounce.
I'm sorry, Abel.
Dead Sea.
Tears slowly going
12
down.
years they had served Chedorlaomer, but in the 13th year they rebelled. In the 14th year, Chedorlaomer and the kings who were with him came and subdued the Rephaim in Ashtaroth Karnam, the Zuzim and Ham, the Em and Shavik Kiriathim, and the Horites in the hill country of Seir, as far as El Paran, on the edge of the wilderness. Then they turned back and came to En Mishpat, that is, Kadesh, and subdued all the country of the Amalekites, and also the Amorites who lived in Hazazah and Tamar. Then the king of Sodom, the king of Gomorrah, the king of Admah, the king of Zebulun, and the king of Bela, that is the word. When
Is you good?
Abel, you're bringing a distraction to the brother Alex. We might need to
went
dispose
out
of you.
and they
Oh,
joined
no,
battle
did you not
in the
hear that
valley
wheeze?
with King Chedorlaomer of Elam, King Tidal of Goim, King Amraphel of Shinar, and King Arioch of Elasar, 4 kings against 5. Now the valley of Shittim was full of bitumen pits. As the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah fled, some fell into them, and the rest fled to the hill country. So the enemy took all the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah and all their provisions and went their way. They also took Lot, the son of Abraham,
Okay, that wasn't me that time.
Yeah, I know.
who lived in Sodom, and his goods, and departed. Then one of them escaped. Abel, see what you did to me.
Are you okay?
Abel, you see what you did to me? Okay. Who's living by the oaks of Mamre, the Amorite, brother of Eshcol and of Aner. These are allies of Abram.
I need
When
you to
Abram heard
stop.
that his nephew had been taken captive, he led
This is
forth his
not
trained men,
okay.
born in his house, 318 of them, and went in pursuit as far as Dan.
Go to the confession.
He divided his forces against them by night, he and his servants, and
Follow me.
routed them and pursued them to Hobah, north of Damascus. Then he brought back all the goods, and also brought back with his nephew Lot with his goods, and the women and the people. Abram blessed by Melchizedek.
Go. You're in timeout.
What are you doing to Abel?
He's in confession. Keep the door closed.
After his return from the defeat of Chordalamar and the kings who were with him, the king of Sodom went out to meet him at the valley of Shaveh, that is the king's valley. And King Melchizedek of Salem brought out bread and wine. He was priest of God Most High. He blessed him and said, Blessed be Abram by God Most High, maker of heaven and earth, and blessed be God Most High, who has delivered your enemies into your hand.
Go. Back.
And Abram gave him 1/10 of everything. Then the king of Sodom said to Abram, Give me the persons, but take the goods for yourself. But Abram said to the king of Sodom, I have sworn to the Lord, God Most High, maker of heaven and earth, that I will not take a thread or sandal thong or anything that is yours, so that you might not say, I have made Abram rich. I will take nothing but what the young man have eaten, and the share of the men who went with me, Aner, Eshcol, and Mamre. Let them take their share.
Give it up for Alex. I greatly appreciate it.
Hi,
Abel.
Alex. Yes?
Now it's your turn to read.
I don't have the Bible.
Well, you best download it.
I don't have it, bro.
How have
Yes,
you been
download
listening to
it.
this
Abel.
whole entire service and you don't have the Bible?
Where did the Bible app go?
I will read another chapter.
Alex will read another chapter. I'm in confession. I don't care.
I shall read un otro chapter.
Would you like to read one more?
Yes.
Okay. Stay. You're staying. Stay.
Okay.
I think we should forgive our brother Abel.
We shall,
For
but
he
he
has
must
sinned.
confess
He
right
has
now.
repented.
Nick, how are
I
you
will be
feeling
in
right now?
timeout for a chapter.
Is everyone alright?
I'm pretty good.
That's
Is
pretty
everyone
epic.
feeling deeply spiritual? Ezra, do you want to take half of this and I'll take half of this?
What you call me?
Ezra.
I called you
Did you?
Ezra
Arch.
because that's your
Okay.
PlayStation name.
I don't call you. I don't call you like a day.
I don't care. Audrey, you want to take half of this?
Yes, I do.
Alright.
What chapter are we on again?
I'll start on verse 12.
Are we on 13?
We're on
What?
15.
We're on 15.
Oh.
So you read up until verse 12 and I'll start from there.
Hello, brother.
Close the door.
After the
Where's-
word of the Lord,
Brother,
Brother.
where's Alex?
He's over there.
said, the reward shall be great. But Edom said, O Lord God, what will you give me? For I continue childless, and heir with my house is Eleazar of Damascus. And Abram said, You have given me no offspring, and so a slave, born in my house, is my heir. But the word of the Lord came to him. This man shall not be with your heir. No one but your very own issue shall be your heir. He brought him outside and said, Look towards the heavens and count the stars, if you are able to count them. Then he said to him, So shall you descend the street, and believe the Lord. And the Lord reckoned to him as righteousness. Then he said to him, I am the Lord who brought you from Ur of Chaldeans. I gave you this land to possess. But he said, O Lord God, how am I to know that I shall possess it? He said to him, Bring me Hester 3 years old, a female goat 3 years old, a 3 years old, a turtle dove, and a young pigeon. He brought him all these and cut them into two, bringing each half over against the other. But he did not cut the birds in two. And when the birds of prey came down to the carcasses, Abraham drove them away. As the sun was going down,
Alex.
Oh yeah.
whatever
Yeah. Hold on. As the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram, and a deep and terrifying darkness descended upon him. Then the Lord said to Abram, "Know this for certain, that your offspring shall be aliens in a land that is not theirs, and shall be slaves there, and they shall be oppressed for 400 years. But I will bring judgment on the nation that they serve, and afterward they shall come out with great possessions. As for yourself, you shall go to your ancestors in peace, and shall be buried in a good old age. And they shall come back here in the 4th generation, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet complete." When the sun had gone down and it was dark, a smoking fire pot and a flaming torch passed between these pieces. On the day the Lord made a covenant with Abram, saying, "To your descendants I give this land, from the river of Egypt to the great river, the river Euphrates, to the land of the Kenites, the Kezanites, the Cadmonites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Rephaim, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Girgashites, and the Jebusites."
Psst, Mikey,
What?
I can't read my Bible, it's on my head.
What? Oh?
That's good. I like that one. Okay.
I can't get it.
I think
can't get it
we
off.
shall conclude Bible studies there. I know we said we're going to read 10, but service is almost over. It is almost 9 o'clock. Thank you for coming,
We're going till
everyone.
9:30.
Even though, yeah, I know, but
We're going till
you know,
9:30.
yeah, I know we work, but I can't deal with Abel.
Bro, stop
And
doing
Jesus.
that! I don't want to
didn't
be
do
invisible!
You were messing up the guest reader. You penis.
Alex, are you going to be villager skin?
We also lost Jaden too.
I kind of want to keep reading.
Do you want to keep reading? Would you like
Then
to
allow
finish?
Alex to keep reading.
Well, if you would like to keep reading, I cannot stop you from doing that. You shall continue reading, brother. I'm just gonna end the broadcast right here. So thank you for coming to Bible
I'm just gonna
studies.
keep reading until people tell me to like stop.
Okay. Thank you for coming to Bible studies. Next week we will be
How many
eliminating the
viewers do
middle
we
class.
have?
Thanks you. We only had one. We will
Who
eliminate
is
the
it?
middle class next week. No, we had one, but it was just Angel. And he just said, "I must confess my sins." Thank you for coming to Bible study.